3, 2, 1, let go! Level up, level up.
Hi, I'm Josh Osoro Pickering from Nottingham Castle Trust, and every month for Real Talk TV, I'll be diving into the stories of some of Britain's most important historical black figures. Some you'll have heard of, some you might not have, but all of them have contributed massively to this country and to the lives of those who have come to call it home. Claudia Vera Cumberbatch Jones was born in Port of Spain, Trinidad in 1915, but she was only 9 years old when her family moved to Harlem, New York. It was there, during the Harlem Renaissance of the 1920s, that she experienced firsthand the cultural richness of a mixed black diasporic community. There were other notable Caribbean people, such as Marcus Garvey, but also Africans and African Americans, many from the South. Claudia, whose mother died when she was 12 and whose family were extremely poor, relied on the local community, and she became an integral part of it as she grew up. She was a civil rights activist and local Communist Party member, earning herself jail time and eventual deportation from America in 1955. From New York, she traveled to London, where her experiences would lead her to becoming one of Britain's most important but unsung black figures of the 20th century. Britain at that time, although not as segregated as America, was incredibly difficult for African, Asian and Caribbean people, who were denied jobs and housing by racist employees and residents. Many pubs and clubs displayed the now famous sign, "No blacks, no dogs, no Irish." It was into this world that Jones brought her life experience of fighting for communities to her new publication, the West Indian Gazette. She was ready to wage war on the racist system she operated in, and probably didn't expect the fight to begin so soon, but in August 1958, just 4 months after the paper launched, black communities across Britain came under attack from far-right groups. Nottingham saw the first trouble, where local black people fought off racist gangs in the streets. The same soon followed in other cities, most notably in the Notting Hill area of London. Those events are still popularly known as race riots, but in truth, they were little more than racist attacks on black-owned businesses and individuals, who then said, "Enough is enough," and drove the racists out. Claudia's West Indian Gazette leapt into action, supporting worried residents and addressing the issues of the day, far more so in fact than the government. She was praised by global leaders and visited at the paper's Brixton office by Jamaica's Norman Manley and Trinidad and Tobago's Eric Williams, among others. Jones used her rising position in the community to hold meetings and asked people what they needed to take the taste of Nottingham and Notting Hill from their mouths. The answer from the crowd was carnival. And quickly, Jones helped to mobilize Britain's first Caribbean carnival, in winter and indoors. From 1959 to 1964, the carnival took place in halls and welcomed famous calypso musicians to, as Claudia put it, celebrate Caribbean culture right in the face of hate. The carnival would eventually move to Notting Hill, where it still takes place at the end of August, the anniversary of 1958, when the community fought racism head-on in the streets. Today, Notting Hill Carnival is a bastion of black Britishness and a testament to the hard work and activism of Claudia Jones. The same year that the carnival moved to Notting Hill, Claudia Jones passed away, followed soon after by the demise of the West Indian Gazette. But her legacy was cemented. The carnival went on to flourish, and her blueprint for community activism was put in place for future generations. It's fair to say that without Claudia Jones' anti-racism and moves to set up the carnival, Britain would be a very different place indeed.